Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just another EV article here. This one is interesting as well. You'll almost have to buy an electric vehicle if climate bill passes. As you can see, this is just out 16 hours ago. You can find savings on everything from EVs to solar panels, Inflation Reduction Act. It's kind of funny. They say there is no inflation, or used to not be inflation. Now there's an Inflation Act. So the attractions of electric vehicles have been magnetic in 2022. Soaring gas prices, not seen in 4 decades, and a push for cleaner, environmentally friendly technology have all been combined to make EVs more appealing than ever to consumers. Now there is legislation headed toward the home stretch that will give EVs not only a new legitimacy in the eyes of the automaker, but potentially lucrative perks to automakers and consumers who decide to bet on electric vehicles as their chosen mode of transportation and investment. The new climate bill passed by Senate on August 7th is now headed to a vote in the House. So what can consumers expect with the climate bill? If lawmakers make it official, the legislation is chock full of rebates, tax deductions, subsidies, and incentives to move everything from their house power source to their toaster to a more climate-friendly energy source. The climate spending includes $60 billion for solar panel and wind turbine manufacturing. I've talked about some solar stocks here on the channel quite a bit. Sunrun is probably one of my favorites right now. And $30 billion in credits for new projects, $60 billion for disadvantaged communities that bear the brunt of climate impacts, $27 billion for clean tech R&D, $20 billion to reduce agriculture emissions, $5 billion for forest conservation, $4 billion for drought funding in western states, new battery manufacturing credits, and more climate-related priorities, EV site Electech reports. What do you get for EV and the climate bill? It also includes a 30% tax deduction for homeowners who install solar energy at their homes, and a variety of financial perks for switching to the electric version of household appliance, tech used for running business, and even cars. So got a bunch of different interesting stuff going on. So always EV and solar and rebates and all kinds of stuff. I just did a video on most electric cars won't qualify for a Democrats' new $7,500 tax credit, and then I did another one on 7 electric vehicle stocks to buy before the bull market takes off. So you want to watch those as well. A bunch of good info in those. But both new and used electric vehicles will be eligible for tax credits up to $7,500 for new cars and $4,000 for used ones. The bill also ends the $200,000 cap on the number of cars that can be sold by a manufacturer that can qualify for rebates. That's good news for Tesla, which reached the cap long ago. But the flip side is that the bill limits the rebates with lower price vehicles and families with relatively low incomes. While EVs have been gaining popularity at the scorching pace as gas prices have pushed some drivers into the market, some estimates say interest in EVs has soared by as much as 60% since January of 2022. There is still a lack of inventory in the space. The data comes from Recurrent, which took a deep dive look at a market that was worth $163 billion in 2020, projected to be worth $824 billion by 2030. So it's triple, quadruple, and then some. So found that over a dozen car makers in America have rolled out their plans to open EV manufacturing sites, spend $75 billion in 6 new states nationwide. That's in addition to the $515 billion global auto companies are spending to build electric vehicles by 2030, and more than 100 new EV models are expected to be on the market, the report found. Even tech darling Apple, which has fans who are arguably as rabid as Tesla, appears to be getting ready to debut its own electric vehicle. I've already talked about them a couple times about their EV, how it's been in a holding pattern for quite some time, so a bunch of interesting stuff down here. But that is all that I have on that particular article, so if you have any input on that, that would be interesting to know, or if you're looking to buy an EV and looking at the tax credit, you can list some information in the comments. That would help everybody out. But just thought this article was interesting. If there's any favorite EV stocks out there you want me to make a video about, or even solar, I'd be happy to take a look at that as well. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is Jay Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.